Welcome to Third Hour Science. Today is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. Hope you're wonderful. Today we will finish our Earth packet. We only have one worksheet, two-sided, that is left. The first assignment is a STEAM activity with a focus on science. I hope that you listen carefully because this material is not in our reading, so I will explain to you what this is. On the back side is another STEAM activity, focus on technology. You will design a cell phone that is better than today's cell phones. And lastly, we have an Apple investigation worksheet in our packets. We will also go through it. Okay, so the STEAM activity that is focused on science, it reads, protecting the Earth without putting dangerous chemicals and gases into the atmosphere is key. Explore geothermal energy and write what you learn below. So what is geothermal energy? Geothermal energy is a type of energy that uses the natural heat from the earth to heat buildings and make electricity. So geothermal energy is energy made from the earth's heat. Where can we find it? We can find geothermal energy in hot springs, which is a natural swimming pool with warm water and minerals that come to the surface. Some people believe that the warm mineral water has healing powers. Geothermal heat pumps are used to heat and cool buildings, like a heater and air conditioning. And geothermal power plants, which generate electricity. This comes from way deep underground where they dig, and like for the power plants, it's a little bit hard because they've got to dig down to the water. So how is geothermal energy used? It is used to heat and cool buildings, to generate electricity, and you can swim in the hot springs in the warm, mineral-rich, natural water. I have been in a hot springs one time. Very nice. However, the hot spring I went to, people were not wearing clothes, and I couldn't go in without clothes. So I did go in with my clothes, but I was out soon also because I was just the oddball. Anyways, so that, okay, so why is it good for our planet? The last question. It is a natural resource. It provides heat and air for our buildings. It is another cleaner form of electricity than fossil fuels are. So that concludes the Focus on Science STEAM activity. Let's look at the back side. This is where you are going to design a cell phone. Have fun with it. I didn't do a very good job. I'm not the fondest of cell phones. I just text and talk for the most part. And so I did write that my front page would have notifications, email, internet, other apps, date and time, and then I've got my buttons down here. What it could do. It could take you where you need to go from the home page. The name would highlight when a notification came in. Everybody has different uses that they have for cell phones and different things they want to do. It could be that your internet is on all of the time. Okay, so let's take a look at our Apple investigation. This is my worksheet. I completed it. I did not have an Apple. If you do not have an Apple, estimate. Do the best that you can. Imagine that you have an apple, and that is what I done. I thought, okay, imagine I have an apple, and then I started imagining how many inches around it was. So I like Granny Smith apples. That's my favorite. So I drew a green apple. Okay. It asks how many seeds are in it. Honestly, I have never counted the seeds in an apple. But I do know that when I cut it in fourths, that there are at least 2 seeds in each section. So I put that there were 8 seeds. Here it says, how tall is my apple? I estimated that my apple was probably about this tall. And so an inch is about that big. You do have a little ruler, so that is how big an inch is. So if you needed to, you could even put your apple up against this. On this little ruler, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. So you could measure up to a 6-inch apple. That's a pretty big apple. So I wrote that my apple was 3.5 inches tall. It asked, does my apple have a stem? Yes, my apple has a stem. Does your apple sink or float? I said my apple sunk. However, if you have ever bobbed for apples, you know that most apples do float. Okay, so let's come down here. Do you like the way your apple tastes? I said yes. Like I said, I love Granny Smith apples. Describe your apple core after 1 day. It turned brown. Apples turn brown almost right away if they don't have something on them to preserve them. So how big around is the apple? Again, I estimated, and I said 7 inches. I said that my apple weighs 1/2 pound. Color the apple slices that describe your apple. So mine was a green apple, so I colored it green. And Granny Smith apples are kind of tart, so they're a little sour. So I put sour there. I colored my sour. And that is all that you do on this worksheet. It's cool if you have an apple so that you can go through the whole investigation. I'd like to see who counted apples. Apple seeds. Okay, well, that concludes our lesson for today. Have a great day. Tomorrow we will do patterns in the sky. Have a great day.